look every morning when you wake up, you got two choices: hit the snooze button and fall back into the same patterns, or wake up and start designing your destiny. See, most people don't realize your life is just energy molded by focus. The way you think, the way you breathe, the way you move, all of that's vibration. Now, what I'm about to share with you ain't no fantasy talk. It's something you can practice, something you can feel. This sound meditation, when you use it every day, becomes a blueprint, a way to align your energy with your vision. So if you've been chasing success, peace, healing, or just trying to find balance in a world full of noise, listen close. I'm about to give you 5 keys that'll turn sound into strategy and vibration into manifestation. Before you even press play on that meditation, you got to set your intention. See, energy don't move without direction. You can have all the talent, all the resources, all the opportunity in the world, but if you don't know where you're aiming, it don't matter. The first step to manifesting the life you want is clarity. That means taking a second to really ask yourself, what am I calling in today? Is it peace, prosperity, a new opportunity? Maybe it's healing, maybe it's courage, whatever it is, name it. Define it. Because when you define it, the universe can align with it. Think about it like this. When you wake up and get in your car, you can't just start driving and expect to end up somewhere meaningful. You got to type in the address first. That destination is your intention. Without it, you're just burning gas and going in circle. Life works the same way. When you meditate, your mind is the vehicle, your breath is the fuel, and your intention is the destination. When you start that meditation with purpose, the sound frequencies you listen to start to amplify that focus. Those tones ain't just pretty noise. They're coded vibrations. They reach your subconscious mind, the part that makes moves before your conscious mind even catches up. It's deeper than spirituality. It's science. Neuroscience proves it. Harvard and Stanford researchers have shown how sound, visualization, and repetition can literally rewire the brain. Your thoughts create new pathways, your emotions add power to them, and your actions begin to follow suit. That means the more you focus on something with emotion and repetition, the stronger that signal becomes in your brain. Over time, your habits, your words, and even the way you carry yourself start aligning with that energy. You ever notice how people who walk with purpose seem to attract opportunities? That's because their energy is directed. They've set an intention and backed it with belief. I remember this young entrepreneur from South Central, real humble dude, started with nothing but a dream and a few boxes of t-shirts. Every morning before he even touched his phone or checked social media, he'd sit still for 10 minutes. Just him, his breath, and a short meditation playing through his headphones. He said he'd close his eyes and visualize his brand being known, people wearing his designs, orders coming in, his logo being recognized across the city. And he didn't just wish for it, he felt it. He felt the energy of success before it even came. Fast forward a year, he's not just selling out the trunk anymore. He's got a warehouse, a team, and shipments going overseas. That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That's energy responding to intention, because he trained his mind to believe before the world confirmed it. The sound became a bridge between his current state and his desired reality. That's the power of setting intention. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. It reminds you that you're not a victim of circumstance, you're a creator of experience. And it's wild because most people don't realize they already do this every day. Just unconsciously, you wake up stressed, scrolling, thinking about bills, problems, or people that drain you, and your energy follows that direction. Before the day even starts, you've already told your mind what to look for: lack, pressure, frustration. And guess what? That's exactly what you find. But when you start with a moment of peace, when you breathe in gratitude and ask, what am I creating today? You start to take your power back. The universe don't respond to confusion. It responds to conviction. The more you train that muscle of clarity, the more you notice things begin to line up, opportunities, people, ideas. They start showing up because your energy is tuned to receiving. You got to remember, manifestation ain't magic, it's math. It's aligning your frequency with the outcome you desire. The meditation just gives you the space to tune in. The sound frequencies bring your body and mind into balance, while your intention programs that vibration toward your goal. That's why people say energy follows intention. It's real. Wherever your focus goes, your energy flows, and wherever your energy flows, results grow. I've seen people change their whole life just by changing what they focus on during meditation. One woman used to meditate on peace after years of anxiety. She said the first week felt like nothing happened. Her thoughts were loud, her mind restless, but she kept setting the same intention every morning: peace lives in me. A few weeks later, she noticed her reactions changed. Less anger, more patience. She started responding instead of reacting. She started walking slower, breathing deeper, talking softer. That's not random. That's alignment. That's energy learning a new rhythm. You gotta understand, every intention you set plants a seed in your subconscious. The more you water with repetition, emotion, and belief, the deeper it grows. Most people quit before the roots even form because they don't see instant results. But if you trust the process, if you stay consistent, one day you'll wake up and realize that everything around you changed because you changed inside first. Meditation ain't just sitting still, it's a daily meeting with your higher self. It's you saying, I'm not just reacting to the world anymore, I'm directing it. And when you bring intention into that moment, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for signs because you realize you are the sign. You start to notice synchronicities, little alignments that show you your path is unfolding. That's the universe talking back to you, saying, keep going. You're in tune now. So before you hit play on that sound meditation, take a second. Don't rush. Don't treat it like a task. Treat it like a ceremony. Ask yourself, what energy am I stepping into today? Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's abundance. Maybe it's forgiveness. Whatever it is, breathe it in. Speak it over yourself. Feel it in your chest before the sound even begins. Because that feeling, that belief, is the spark that turns sound into transformation. And when the frequencies start to play, let that sound wrap around your intention like armor. Let it echo through every cell in your body. Let it remind you that you're not waiting on the world to change. You're becoming the change. That's how you manifest the life you dream of, not by hoping, not by wishing, but by aligning your energy every single day with the vision you hold inside. That's the real work, internal before external. Once your energy is focused, the rest starts to follow. The ideas, the motivation, the opportunities, they all move in rhythm with your intention. That's the truth about manifestation. It starts with one thought, one focus, one choice. So every morning, before the noise of the world creeps in, set your intention and press play, because energy will always follow direction, and direction will always determine destiny. You can't meditate once and expect a miracle. You can't sit down one time, breathe deep, and expect your whole life to shift overnight. It don't work like that. Just like going to the gym, one workout don't change your body, but daily repetition does. The same principle applies to energy, to success, to peace, to everything you're trying to build. It's not about doing it once, it's about doing it until it becomes who you are. See, your frequency is built through consistency. Every single time you sit down, close your eyes, and connect to that sound, you're sending a message to the universe. I'm serious about this. Even on days you don't feel it, even when your mind is loud, even when your body's tired, showing up still counts. That's when it matters most. You ever notice how easy it is to make promises when you're motivated? When everything feels fresh, when you just read something inspiring or watch something that lit a spark. But the truth is, motivation fades. It's discipline that keeps the fire burning. The real growth happens in the repetition. In the days when you'd rather skip but don't. When you meditate daily, you're not just calming your thoughts, you're building trust with yourself. You're proving that your word means something. Every day you show up, you strengthen that bond, and that consistency turns into power. Think about it like tuning an instrument. If you leave a guitar untouched, it falls out of tune. But when you keep tuning it, checking the strings, adjusting the sound, eventually it starts to play perfectly. Meditation works the same way. Every day you meditate, you're fine-tuning your spirit until your whole life plays in harmony. At first, it might sound rough, your thoughts off key, your emotions scattered, but give it time. Keep showing up. Little by little, the noise quiets down and your energy starts resonating on a higher level. That's the sound of alignment. That's the rhythm of consistency. Consistency is louder than talent, louder than luck, louder than fear. The people you see winning didn't get there because they had it all figured out. They got there because they refused to stop showing up. They practiced when nobody was watching, they worked when they didn't feel like it, and they believed when it didn't make sense to. That's the energy you bring to meditation. You don't meditate because everything's perfect. You meditate to stay centered while you work through the imperfections. It's not about escaping reality. It's about mastering your reaction to it. I remember a story about a young man who used to meditate in his car every morning before clocking into a job he hated. He said it was the only 10 minutes of peace he got before dealing with the chaos of the day. Some mornings he wanted to quit. He didn't feel any different, but he stayed consistent. After a few months, something changed. Not his job, not his paycheck, but him. He started walking differently. His attitude shifted. He handled pressure better, and that new energy opened doors. He got promoted, started saving money, launched a side hustle, and eventually built a business that gave him freedom. That wasn't luck. That was consistency shifting his frequency, which shifted his reality. People underestimate the power of small steps repeated daily, but that's what builds empires, one brick at a time, laid with purpose. As meditation is that brickwork for your mind and spirit. Every session adds structure to your inner world. And once the inside is solid, the outside starts reflecting it. Most folks want the transformation, but not the training. They want peace, but avoid the practice. But peace ain't something you stumble upon, it's something you build. You build it through consistency, through those quiet moments when nobody sees you doing the work, but you know you're laying the foundation. Let me tell you something, the world will test your focus. Distractions will try to pull you away. You'll have days when you doubt if it's even working, but that's part of the process. Consistency is not just about repetition, it's about resilience. Every time you come back to the meditation, even after falling off, even after getting distracted, you're training your mind to return to center. You're teaching yourself that no matter what happens out there, you can always come back home to peace, to clarity, to purpose. Think about athletes, artists, or anyone operating at a high level. They don't train when they feel like it. They train because it's who they are. Meditation should be treated the same way. Make it your ritual, like brushing your teeth. You don't question it, you just do it because it keeps you clean. But instead of cleaning your body, you're cleaning your energy. You're clearing the residue from stress, doubt, and negativity that builds up in your spirit. And here's the thing, the more consistent you are, the more sensitive you become to your own energy. You start noticing when you're off balance quicker. You recognize when your mind's racing or your emotions are pulling you off track. That awareness gives you control. Instead of reacting to life, you start responding with wisdom. That's how consistency builds mastery. It's not just about meditating. It's about learning how to live from a centered place, no matter what's happening around you. I know people who started with just 5 minutes a day. They'd say, I don't got time. But those 5 minutes turned into 10, then 20, then a habit they couldn't live without. Their lives didn't explode overnight. They evolved gradually, quietly, from the inside out. That's the power of steady growth. You don't see the tree growing, but one day you look up and it's towering above you, strong and rooted. That's how your energy grows, through consistency. Invisible at first, undeniable later. There's something sacred about showing up for yourself every day. The world constantly demands your attention. Work, family, social media, noise. Meditation becomes that moment where you reclaim your power. And when you keep doing it day after day, it becomes part of your identity. You start to carry that peace with you everywhere, in traffic, in meetings, in conflict. That's the kind of frequency that changes how people respond to you. You walk into a room and bring calm instead of chaos. You speak and people listen, not because you're louder, but because your energy's grounded. See, consistency don't just build habits, it builds character. It's the difference between temporary progress and permanent transformation. Every session, every breath, every moment you stay still, you're adding weight to your foundation. It's like compounding interest. The more you invest, the greater the return. And it's not just about meditation, it's about how you live. If you can be consistent in your stillness, you can be consistent in your goals, your hustle, your relationships, because it's the same principle. Repetition builds momentum and momentum builds results. So don't look for a quick fix. Don't wait for motivation to find you. Just start and keep starting every day. Show up tired, show up distracted. Show up imperfect, but show up, because the power is not in the moment you feel inspired. It's in the moment you choose to continue without it. That's how you turn a practice into a lifestyle. That's how you raise your vibration from momentary peace to permanent alignment. Consistency is a form of self-respect. It's you saying, I'm worth the effort even on my worst days. When you treat your growth like that, not optional, but essential, everything begins to change. Your energy sharpens, your focus deepens, your reality starts reflecting the rhythm you've built inside. That's how you create harmony in your life, not by chasing balance, but by showing up for it every single day until peace becomes your natural frequency. There's a reason ancient cultures used sound to heal, from Tibetan singing bowls to African drums, from chants that echoed in temples to flutes that carried through the mountains. They understood something we're only just remembering now. Vibration goes deeper than words. Sound ain't just something you hear, it's something you feel. It moves through your body, through your cells, through your spirit. It clears out what's heavy. It resets your nervous system. It speaks to parts of you that language can't reach. See, silence is powerful, but silence can only take you so far. Silence helps you listen, but sound helps you release. Sometimes the pain we hold ain't logical, it's stored energy. It's trauma that settled into the body years ago, sitting quietly in the muscles, in the breath, in the heart. And sound knows how to find it. The vibration hits those trapped emotions and starts shaking them loose, like a storm washing the dust off an old city. That's why you can sit through a meditation with sound and end up crying without even knowing why. It's not weakness, it's cleansing. It's your soul taking a deep breath for the first time in years. Science is starting to catch up to what the ancients already knew. A study from UCLA found that certain sound frequencies, the same ones used in meditation, can lower anxiety, slow down your heart rate, and bring your brain waves into balance. That's not magic, that's biology. When sound enters your ears, it travels through your nervous system, influencing your heartbeat, your hormones, your emotions. It literally rewires how your body feels. When you meditate with sound, you're not just relaxing, you're healing. You're giving your body a chance to release tension that's been hiding in your system for years. Think about it. You ever notice how after meditating, you don't just feel calm, you feel clear, like the noise inside your head finally turned down, like you can breathe again. That's not coincidence. That's the sound doing its work. Silence is still, but sound moves. And sometimes you don't need stillness. You need motion. You need something that can go into the places silence can't reach. There was a young woman I met who used to struggle with anxiety so bad she could barely sleep. Her mind was always racing, her body always tense. She tried everything: therapy, medication, yoga. Nothing stuck. One day she stumbled on a sound meditation online. Simple tones, deep vibrations, a steady rhythm. The first time she listened, she said her body felt strange, almost uncomfortable, like something inside was being stirred. But she kept going. Night after night, she let the sounds guide her breathing. After a few weeks, she noticed the difference. Her body wasn't as tense, her sleep came easier, her thoughts weren't as loud. What she didn't realize at first was that those frequencies were literally reprogramming her body, teaching her nervous system how to relax again. That's the power of sound. It heals what silence can't. Sound is ancient medicine. You can trace it through every culture that ever walked the earth. Drums in Africa that called warriors home, chants in temples that lifted prayers to the sky, bells in monasteries marking the rhythm of the day. Sound has always been the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. It connects what's seen and what's unseen. When you listen to sound with intention, you're not just hearing, you're remembering. You're reconnecting to that primal language your spirit always understood. You might think it's just noise, but it's communication on a higher level. Every vibration carries information. Low tones ground you, high tones elevate you. Some frequencies open the heart, others clear the mind. When you meditate with sound, you're tuning your body like an instrument. You're adjusting your energy until everything vibrates in harmony. That's why sometimes after a deep session, your body feels lighter, like you dropped a weight you didn't even know you were carrying. There's this thing that happens when you really let the sound in. It starts breaking down walls. All that armor you've built up over time, the pride, the fear, the stress, the constant need to control, it begins to crack. The vibration gets inside those cracks and reminds you that you don't have to hold everything so tight. You start letting go, not just mentally, but physically. Your shoulders drop, your breath deepens, your heart opens. You start to trust again. That's real healing. It's not about erasing pain, it's about transforming it into strength. Some people run from sound because they're afraid of what it might wake up, but that's exactly why it's needed. You can't heal what you refuse to face. Sound don't lie, it reveals. It'll show you the parts of yourself that need love, that need forgiveness, that need to be released. But it also gives you comfort while you face them. The rhythm holds you. The tones guide you. It's like being carried through your own transformation. There's energy in every note. That's why music can change your mood instantly. You hear one song and you're smiling, another and you're in tears. That's vibration doing what it does, shifting energy. Meditation sound frequencies are the same, just stripped of lyrics and rhythm so the vibration can speak directly to your spirit. It's raw energy, pure communication between you and the universe. You don't even have to understand it. You just have to feel it. When you use sound meditation, don't sit there waiting for some big revelation. Just breathe, feel the vibration in your chest, your throat, your bones. Let it move through you. If emotions come up, don't fight them. That's the sound doing its job. That's energy leaving your system. Every sigh, every tear, every deep breath is part of the release. I remember someone once saying, when you can't find the words to pray, hum. That's it right there. Sometimes silence can't reach what vibration can touch. The sound carries your intention further than words ever could. When you meditate with sound, you're not trying to fix yourself. You're letting yourself be found again. Sound teaches surrender. You stop trying to think your way through pain and start feeling your way through it. You start realizing that healing ain't about escaping what happened. It's about shifting your energy so it no longer controls you. When that vibration moves through you, it's like your soul exhaling. It's letting go of all that heavy energy, the doubt, the guilt, the fear, and replacing it with flow. So when you sit with that meditation, don't just listen. Let the sounds move through you. Don't analyze it, experience it. Feel it in your heartbeat, in your breath, in your bones. Let it wash away everything that's not aligned with your purpose. Breathe deep and surrender to the rhythm. Let every note remind you that you're not broken, you're just out of tune, and every session brings you closer to harmony, closer to clarity, closer to peace. That's the truth. Sound heals what silence can't. It reaches into the dark corners and brings light. It wakes up the parts of you that forgot how to sing. And once you felt that vibration, once you've let it clean you from the inside out, you'll never mistake noise for music again. Because now you'll understand healing has a frequency and all you have to do is let it play through you. Now here's where it gets powerful. Once your body's calm and your energy's aligned, your imagination becomes a magnet. When you reach that point in meditation where your mind is quiet and your spirit is centered, that's when creation begins. That's when the real work happens. Most people think meditation is just about stillness, but it's really about awakening that inner vision. Because once your thoughts stop racing, you create space for vision, and vision is the seed of manifestation. So your imagination isn't just fantasy, it's your spiritual blueprint. Everything that exists in this world started as a vision in someone's mind. The phone you're holding, the building you're in, the music you listen to, all of it was once an idea. A picture in somebody's head that they refuse to let go of. When you meditate and visualize, you're tapping into that same power. You're shifting from hoping to a knowing. You're not wishing on a star, you're programming your reality. During meditation, start seeing your dream life not as something far away, but as something real, right here, right now. See it in full color. Feel it in your body. Smell the air in that moment. Hear the sounds around you. The brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and experience. Neuroscientists have proven that when you vividly imagine something, your brain activates the same neural circuits as if it were actually happening. That's why top athletes practice visualization before every game. They see themselves making the shot, crossing the finish line, hearing the crowd, and when they step into the real moment, their body already knows what to do. The same applies to your life. If you want to be a creator, see yourself creating. If you want financial freedom, visualize abundance flowing into your hands. If you want peace, picture yourself moving through your day calm and unbothered. No matter what comes your way, this isn't daydreaming. This is manifestation in motion. You're aligning your frequency with the energy of the thing you desire. You're tuning into the vibration of your goal until it becomes a part of your identity. When you use sound meditation, the frequencies you're listening to amplify that process. Think of the sound as the soundtrack and your mind as the movie screen. The rhythm of the tones holds you in a state of focus while your imagination paints the vision. The vibration in the background keeps your energy aligned, so every image you create carries more power, more emotion, more reality. Emotion is the fuel, it's what gives the vision life. Without feeling, visualization is just thought. But when you feel it, when your heart beats faster because you believe it's real, that's when the universe starts to move. There's a young brother I met who used to meditate every morning before work. He didn't come from much, shared a small apartment, worked a job he didn't love, but during his meditation, he would visualize his future self walking into his own office, running his own business, shaking hands with clients, helping people. He saw it so clearly he could smell the leather chairs, hear the hum of the computers, feel the confidence in his chest. And he didn't just imagine it once, he did it every single day. 2 years later, he was living that vision, same city, same man, but a whole different reality. That wasn't luck. That was alignment. That was visualization, turning sound into substance. When you visualize, you're not escaping reality. You're designing it. You're sending out a frequency that says, this is who I am and this is where I'm headed. The universe responds to clarity. It doesn't respond to confusion or doubt. That's why you have to be specific. Don't just say, I want success. Define what success looks like for you. See the details, the colors, the people, the feeling. If you want love, see yourself in that relationship. Feel what it's like to be understood and supported. If you want health, picture your body strong, vibrant, moving freely. Every image plants a seed, and every time you revisit that image, you water it. But here's the key. You can't just visualize and then go back to thinking like your old self. The vision won't grow in old soil. You have to become the person who already has what you want. That means walking with that same energy, making decisions that align with that version of you. You can't say you're manifesting abundance and then speak lack. You can't say you're visualizing peace and then keep feeding chaos. Your actions have to match your frequency. That's when things start moving fast. People think manifestation is about sitting still and waiting. Nah, it's about aligning your energy so that your actions and your vision move in the same direction. The sound helps you get there. Those frequencies open your mind and steady your emotions so you can focus deeper, believe harder, and feel stronger. The clearer your vision, the faster the universe aligns to it. And it's not just external alignment. Your mind starts looking for ways to make it real. You begin noticing opportunities you used to overlook. You meet people who match your vision. Ideas come to you at the right time. That's not coincidence. That's manifestation responding to your clarity. There was a woman who used to visualize herself on stage speaking to crowds, even when she was terrified of public speaking. She'd meditate every morning with sound frequencies playing softly, and she'd see herself walking out with confidence, smiling, connecting with people. Her heart would race, but she kept doing it until that image felt natural. The day she got invited to speak at a local event, she said it felt like déjà vu. She had already lived that moment in her mind so many times that it felt normal. That's the power of mental rehearsal. When the moment came, she didn't panic, she performed. Visualization isn't just about seeing the end goal, it's about embodying the process. See yourself growing into it. Picture the obstacles and imagine yourself overcoming them with grace. That's how you build resilience before the challenge even arrives. You're training your subconscious to believe you can handle it, so when it comes, your energy stays strong. That's how winners think. They prepare their minds before life tests them. You gotta treat your imagination like sacred ground. Protect it. Don't fill it with fear or doubt. Use it as the creative space where your dreams take shape. Every time you close your eyes and see that life, you're creating a vibration that tells the universe you're ready. And when you combine that with sound, when you let those frequencies carry your vision deeper into your subconscious, that's when the magic happens. That's when your energy starts to manifest into action. And your action starts turning into results. It's all about alignment. The sound brings your energy into balance, the visualization directs it, and your consistency locks it in. That's the formula. You can't control how or when it all unfolds, but you can control how clearly you see it and how deeply you believe in it. Because the universe don't give you what you want, it gives you what you believe. And belief starts as a picture in your mind. So every time you meditate, let your imagination take the wheel. Don't hold back. See yourself in that new home, that healthy body, that thriving business, that peaceful mindset. Feel it like it's already yours. The sound will keep you grounded, the vision will keep you focused, and the emotion will keep you magnetic. That's how you turn energy into experience. That's how you turn sound into substance. Now here's the final piece, gratitude. This is the energy that completes the cycle, the key that locks everything into place. Gratitude is like sealing the deal with the universe. It's the final vibration that tells life, I'm ready to receive. See, gratitude don't just make you feel good. It puts you in alignment with abundance. It shifts you from a place of wanting to a place of having, and that shift changes everything. When you end your meditation in a state of thankfulness, not for what you hope to have, but for what you already feel coming, something inside you changes. You stop sending out the energy of lack. You stop telling the universe, I don't have enough. Instead, you start saying, I already am enough. That's a whole different vibration. When you move like you already have it, when you talk like it's already yours, when you give thanks before the blessing arrives, that's when your energy becomes magnetic. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop doubting and start trusting. You stop operating from fear and start moving from faith. Gratitude is powerful because it roots you in the present moment. Most people spend their whole life reaching for the future or replaying the past, but gratitude brings you right here, right now. It reminds you that everything you need to move forward is already within you. Even if life ain't perfect, even if you're still in the middle of the storm, gratitude keeps your frequency high enough for miracles to find you. It's easy to say, thank you. When everything's going right, the real power comes when you can say, thank you, in the middle of the test. That's when you show the universe you trust the process. I remember hearing a story about a man who lost his job and his confidence all in the same week. He was sitting in his car, frustrated, angry, thinking life had turned against him. But instead of breaking down, he decided to try something different. Every morning, he started his meditation with gratitude, not for the job he didn't have, but for what he did, his health, his family, his breath, his ability to start over. It wasn't easy at first. He said it felt fake some days, but he stayed consistent. Day after day, he ended each meditation saying out loud, I'm thankful for my peace. I'm thankful for my growth. I'm thankful for the life I'm building. And after a few weeks, something shifted. His energy changed. He started moving different, more calm, more confident. That energy started attracting opportunities he couldn't have planned for. Someone he met months ago reached out about a new project. A few freelance gigs turned into a steady business. Within a year, he was doing better than he ever had. That didn't happen because of luck. It happened because gratitude unlocked his frequency. It kept his spirit open long enough for the blessings to find him. That's the thing. Gratitude turns waiting into preparation. When you're grateful, you're not sitting around wondering when things will happen. You're living like they already are. You're in the vibration of receiving. The law of attraction isn't about forcing, it's about allowing. And gratitude is what opens the door. You can meditate for hours, visualize your dreams, align your energy, but without gratitude, the frequency doesn't stick. It's like planting seeds and forgetting to water them. Gratitude is the water. It's what nourishes everything you've been building inside your spirit. When you finish your meditation, take a moment to speak life out loud. Don't just think it, say it, let your words carry power. I'm thankful for my peace. I'm thankful for my growth. I'm thankful for the life I'm building. Speak that like a prayer, like a declaration, because your words are vibrations too. And when you release them with gratitude, they travel through the universe like music, calling back everything that matches your frequency. You might not see the full picture yet, but gratitude keeps your spirit grounded while you wait. It keeps your energy pure, because the moment you stop being thankful, you start slipping back into lack, into worry, comparison, impatience. Gratitude is the antidote to all of that. It keeps your heart open when your circumstances try to close it. It keeps your faith alive when your eyes can't see the results yet. Sometimes you got to remind yourself, I've made it through worse before. There was a time when you prayed for the things you have right now. The peace you're chasing might already be sitting inside the gratitude you're ignoring. You can't elevate from a place of bitterness. You can only elevate from a place of appreciation. Gratitude turns every moment into an opportunity, every lesson into a blessing. Even the hard times carry value when you look at them through the lens of growth. There's a reason gratitude feels good. It's your energy sensing with abundance. It's your soul saying, yes, I recognize the blessing. When you make that your daily rhythm, you attract more to be thankful for. Life mirrors your vibration. The more you give thanks, the more reasons you're given to give thanks again. It's a cycle. Gratitude feeds abundance, and abundance feeds gratitude. I've seen people go from broken to blooming just by shifting their energy into gratitude. I've seen doors open for those who kept their heart thankful even when their pockets were empty. Gratitude is a frequency that doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you. It transforms the way you see the world. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? You start realizing that even challenges are guidance in disguise. When you live with gratitude, you become untouchable in a way. The noise of the world can't shake you the same. You move through chaos with peace. You find light in places most people overlook. You start attracting people who match your vibration, genuine, driven, positive souls who add to your growth. That's what happens when your energy shifts. Gratitude doesn't just lock in the frequency, it multiplies it. So every time you meditate, don't rush to the end. Sit in that gratitude. Let it fill you. Breathe it in like oxygen. Be thankful for the small things, the breath in your lungs, the clarity in your mind, the vision in your heart. Be thankful for the sound that guided your energy, the silence that held your focus, and the growth that's still unfolding. Because even if everything you dream of hasn't arrived yet, gratitude tells the universe you already see it, you already believe it, and that belief, that vibration, that's where manifestation becomes real. It's not about forcing the outcome, it's about feeling the arrival. Gratitude is that arrival. It's that moment where you stop needing proof because you feel the truth. That's when life starts moving in ways that seem impossible. That's when miracles find their way to your doorstep, not because you begged for them, but because your energy became the invitation. So don't forget this piece. Gratitude is how you close the loop, how you tell the universe, I'm ready, I'm aligned, I'm thankful. And once you say that and mean it, you don't have to chase what's meant for you. It'll find you effortlessly because your frequency already called it home. So remember, this sound meditation ain't just about listening. It's about becoming. Every time you press play, you're reprogramming your reality, aligning your spirit, training your focus, and commanding your energy. Use it daily. Use it with intention, because the life of your dreams ain't somewhere out there waiting. It's already within you, just waiting for the right frequency to unlock it.